That's scary.
Okay, welcome back to Spontaneity, guys.
Hi, guys.
It's been a hot second since we've
It's been months.
yes,
Literally.
Oh my god.
according to Leah, it's been since May,
May?
I think.
I think so.
So sorry to our followers, to our very few followers and listeners. We're very sorry for not posting any content, but we've been busy. I think we've all been busy. Mental health check. How's everyone feeling with pandemic and everything going on? Thumbs up.
Just
Yeah.
go middle, yeah.
It's getting down here though. I won't lie.
Really? Oh, yeah. You
Really?
did switch your profile picture to like sad Bart.
I know.
We're like all in the group chat. We're like, Bianca, are you okay?
It's funny that
You're
so many people message me. They're like, "Are you okay?" Like,
Really?
yeah,
Literally,
so
like,
funny.
text us, girl.
No, yeah. I was like, what
Let
do
us
we not know?
Yeah, I think it was a
Like, if
very
something
mood.
happened, it'd be like that. It really
No,
is,
yeah.
though.
You have moments, yeah. Anyways, so what we normally do is we go through a little thing that we enjoyed over like the course of whatever.
Oh, it's been a few months, baby.
Yes. So
Right.
why don't we talk about like our favorite song? Like what's one of our favorite songs that's happening? We can choose from, you know what? It can be from our playlist, or it doesn't have to. For our viewers, if anyone's listening, we do have a playlist. It's called Cowgirls playlist, and it's a playlist that me, Aaliyah, and Vanessa, we all add songs to. So if anybody wants to share, what's like their favorite song going on at the moment?
I have to like check. I had one and then I
I
forgot.
Yeah,
don't have
right?
many though.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know Bobby Cadwell, but I added like a few of his songs in there.
Yeah.
And I really like him. He kind of sounds like Frank Sinatra low-key. I don't know if that's just me, but
No, he
Yes, I
does,
was
yeah.
listening to the ones you added, and like,
I love
the
it.
vibes.
it was
the
so
vibes are
cute.
so good.
I Get a Kick Out of You is a great one. Aaliyah?
Yes, I was listening to that today.
Yeah.
So if you guys like some oldies,
Dude, I
like
just
I don't.
Yes. I
Yes.
love, and I know Aaliyah posted on her story. She was like, "I'm really feeling this playlist, and it's Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons." I absolutely
I love
love
that
their
one.
Who
songs.
added that? That was so good.
I
Of course, Vanessa, that was so good.
Vanessa. Oh, love their
I didn't know
songs.
which one to add though, because there's
There's
so
so many
many
good-
people who've sung it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like,
I
It was
like
a good
that one.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that
you chose
one-
the right one.
Yeah,
I
Thank
really
you.
like that one.
that's a good one. Ghost Town, courtesy of also Vanessa.
I'm
Vanessa be
obsessed
putting
with-
in the bangers, yeah.
Listen, that one's a good one to like cry to.
No,
Or
for
like
real.
scream at like the top of your lungs. Like I
And
just
the
really
end
like
part
that
like
song.
hypes you up. Yeah.
Yeah,
vibes.
it's a really good one.
I like that one.
Like, love that one.
Aww.
I don't know. I feel like
Ooh,
a lot of oldies too are really good.
definitely
Yeah.
oldies. What was the one from Big Little Lies that like not even the real Elvis one?
Oh,
the
The thought of
The Wonder of
the
You.
Wonder of You.
The
Oh,
one
did anybody add
review.
that one?
Yeah, I don't know. I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
add it.
Okay, please.
yes. Both versions really good.
That was just so like there's something about it. I think it's just like tied with the show. And like where she feels like Madeline when she feels like so like remorseful of like her cheating. That's like you really feel like
Wow. Speaking of
hurt.
that was like we can add that to the list of like things that we enjoyed. Big Little Lies, we watched it together. First
Yeah.
season,
So good.
really
Yeah.
good.
Very good. Was there another season that we didn't watch?
Yeah, we were supposed to watch
There is.
season, but then The Bachelorette came on and our priorities
Another
shifted.
show?
So
It'd be like that.
Honestly, good show.
we're behind though. We have to catch up. So no spoilers, please. I beg.
I mean,
Yeah.
but we kind of can't even avoid spoilers because like
It's
it's
everywhere.
Yeah,
I
like it's
know.
basically spoiled for me. Like I know what happens.
Really?
Like I know what
Yeah.
happens, but I didn't watch. Like I don't know the full details, but
My
I do know
friend-
what happens.
literally DM'd it to me like 10 minutes after
Oh.
the end of the episode.
No.
I
I watched it.
I'd be
It's
so
okay.
mad. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely
Little
worth a watch
mute.
though.
Quick little block for the day. I don't
Yeah.
know about that. I hate people who spoil stuff. I know she probably didn't mean it, and like she probably thought you were already like on top of it and watching
But
it.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a surprise. Like
Because we been knew. We kind of
Yeah.
knew where this is going.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh yeah, we knew that was coming. Like it was
We have like
expected.
7 series. Like we like had ideas of what was going on. So
Yeah, since like the
Yeah.
first 10 minutes, we're all just like, yeah, okay.
yeah, literally, we're like, okay, girl. I think I just hugged my husband. Like, shut up, bro.
Oh.
No, you did not.
Imagine saying that, and then you have 24
Where?
other men or whatever, 40 other men, and you say that, and then they all like hear about that. Like you don't even give them a chance because you think you've met the one.
I mean, is that how love
That
works?
was
I
just
don't know.
so
Someone tell me.
uncomfortable.
But no, that's a good question though. Like, is it about like, do you truly believe that there's one person on this earth meant for loving you, or are you capable of loving other people?
Bro, we've been
Regardless
talking
of, like,
about
your
this.
soulmate.
But like,
Right?
I don't know. I have like a
Still
weird
don't have an
feeling
answer.
it. To be
Yeah.
honest, I feel like think of it like this. Okay, you're born in like Toronto or whatever, and like you may have like a soulmate like here that you meet in your life. But like, let's say I moved to like, or like I was born in like Taiwan, but like I'm still the same me and they're the same them. I just would never meet them, and I would find
Yeah.
someone else that I would think was like my soulmate. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? So I don't know.
Right? But then
Maybe
you
it's like
could
pessimistic, but then you find the one and you're like, bro, I think this is
no,
the only
actually.
person in the world that I
Yeah.
want. You know what I mean? But you haven't met like
Like,
every single person.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because I think like realistically speaking, like you definitely can love multiple
Oh
people
yeah.
because it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's about who you meet at whatever time and like it's just like human interaction type of thing. Like it's just whatever you're looking for,
Like
whatever
happens,
blocks those
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I still really am a sucker for that. When people are like, oh my god, this is my soulmate, like this is the
Yeah.
one. Like I can hear like this voice inside me. Like,
But are you
yes, I
capable of
want to
having multiple
tell me
soulmates
the
though?
story.
Like,
At
can you have
the
more than
Yeah.
one?
whoa, maybe not at the
At
same
different
time,
levels.
but
I
like
think like your friends can be soulmates, like
Yeah.
literally, like
Yeah.
soul
There's like different
sisters, and
levels,
then
like
like
tiers.
yeah.
I
but like
agree.
also let's say you date like 5 people until like you get married. Obviously,
Mm.
I think like at each stage you thought that person like that you were dating at the time was your soulmate. You know what I mean? So it's like
Mm.
Yeah.
maybe you can have different soulmates like just for like the period of time that you're in and like what you're looking for. Like Vanessa was saying, like you have like different boxes you want to get checked like at different times, and different people fit those things.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
But then you could argue that like the person you end up with, if you end up with one person, like they were your soulmate from the beginning, and like had you moved to like, or had you been born in Taiwan or a different country, your Taiwanese husband would have been your
Oh,
soulmate, like
Right?
oh yeah,
destiny from the
yeah.
beginning type of thing. But
It
like,
becomes complicated though when you like involve like geography and like geographic regions. Like yes, like you were saying, like you're born, like say you're born in Toronto, but like who's to say that your soulmate is in Toronto when there's like 7 billion people in this world? You
So
know what
many
I'm saying?
memes about that. Like, you
Yeah.
really think your soulmate
right?
goes to York University?
Oh my god. Okay, that one.
I
I
mean,
understand that one. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, can you morph someone into your soulmate? Like, can it just like happen? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
So
It's kind of tough to
I
say.
don't know how love works. Y'all gonna come back to me in about 2 years or so, and then maybe I'll let you know.
talk to me when I'm 55, and
No, for
hopefully
No,
by
real.
then.
I will never say that. I feel like we will find love like soon.
No.
Time.
Oh no, but I mean, hopefully when I'm 55, I'm like settled in, have some children.
That's
No,
a long time. I want to talk to you when
God.
you're like 30.
Oh,
You're gonna talk to me
100%.
like tomorrow, but yeah, I know.
Well, speaking of love, we said we want to talk about healthy relationships and like real love. So let's like get into it. What do we think are signs of a healthy relationship? Not even wait, let's start before that. What do you think is like the beginning of a healthy like something? Like you're not in a relationship yet with this person, but like you're kind of seeing this person, talking to them. What do you guys deem like healthy qualities or aspects of this like interaction?
I think like for me, communication. I think that's really important because I enjoy talking and I also enjoy when other people talk to me while I'm talking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like if I'm the one like initiating conversation or I'm the one that's like carrying conversation or it's kind of dry, like that is a red flag. But if
Oh yeah.
you like communication, like you're initiating the text, good like reply time, or like even if we meet in person and like we're speaking and like the conversation is just good and like mutually fueled, like that is a sign to me of like a good, healthy person that I
Yeah.
want to pursue.
Very fair. I
Yeah.
agree. Vanessa, what about you?
I think just like knowing boundaries and like knowing like
Ooh, that's
what
a good
is
one.
appropriate to say when, and like what would potentially make you uncomfortable, or what's something that like you shouldn't, like just knowing boundaries and knowing like having that respect, I
Yeah,
think is like a good green flag. And just
I
like
agree.
when you're talking to someone, like when you feel that connection and you just feel comfortable sharing and you don't feel like it's like, well, like, like
Yeah.
what do I say, or like,
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. I agree.
yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
What
What
about
do you
you?
be?
I don't know. I think you guys like said really good ones. I would have said the same ones. Ooh, I don't know. I'm kind of blanking right now. Oh, I wish I came up with my points before.
We just came fresh off like
Yeah.
the best time of her life, and she's like,
Ones you've
"Oh, I
experienced in the
don't
last,
know,
like,
I
hour.
think
hour."
I would have said like I would have said boundaries too, because that was, I'm thinking about like my experience. Like I would have said boundaries, or
Mhm.
I think this kind of ties in with like Aaliyah's one as well. It's just like being like transparent. Like I feel like people tend, like, you're not dating someone and you're kind of just like at that talking stage, and I think people tend to be a little afraid of like real genuine serious topics, just because they say like maybe it's not worth it to like get into those topics. But I think like being transparent is very important, like being straightforward just from the get-go, because no one likes playing mind games. Am I right? Like,
And from
That's true.
personal
Oh my
experience, it's
god.
better to discuss
yeah,
everything and put it out on the table, regardless of how you may feel that it like comes
yeah,
about. Because at the end of the day, they will end up coming up. So there's no point in trying to like sugarcoat or dance around things. But
yeah.
yeah, I think some people, like especially now, like people want to be open like immediately.
Mhm.
But let's say you actually see this person as someone that you're gonna spend like a lot of time with and
Yeah.
a potentially a relationship with. You would want to start with honesty like right away. Like tell me everything that I'm getting myself into, and then
Oh
like
yeah.
I don't have to like catch feelings and then find out like XYZ, which is yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my fault. So that was my fault. But we don't talk about it.
You have to look at your
It was
experience
like,
though,
yeah.
and like if that's like what you experience, then like yeah, you live and you learn. It is what it
Literally.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
I agree. But I think
That's
would you guys
totally
say those are like relatively the same things in a relationship? So like I know we talked about before you get in a relationship, but say like at this point you guys are together, you have decided you are boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, like you are together. Do you think those are this like similar healthy relationship things? Like still open communication, I guess.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's more, but I just
There's
really
more.
like on the
Yeah,
spot.
why am I blanking?
Yeah, well,
Like I feel like we always talk about this
We
and now
literally
we're
do.
blanking all of
we're
a
just
sudden.
like, huh? Oh, that's so
Um
embarrassing.
Well, like we've all been like either. Well, we're all like pretty much talking to people or have talked to people or are in complicated situations. I'm looking at Vanessa. In these times. So I mean, like I'm really gonna think. Let me think. Oh, someone that you're like comfortable with, which I think
Yes.
kind of has to do with communication, sort of, because like you're communicating the type of person you are. But people who that you're like comfortable with, because from personal experience, yesterday I said something really weird to a certain individual I was having a conversation with. And I was like, I don't want to say it because like this is so weird. And he was like, just tell me, like I don't care, like nothing that you say would be like so weird to me. And it was really weird. But like I told
my
him,
God,
and he was like, I'll tell you guys after.
Okay.
I told him, and he was like, that's not even that weird. And I don't know, like I feel like for me, the types of people that I've been around have been like kind of judgmental and haven't like taken me for me. So like I feel scared to like be myself.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
100%. Because
And
what
just
makes you
like,
comfortable with someone? Like, oh sorry, Vanessa. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh no, that's kind of, I was just gonna answer that question.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes along with like the whole like weirdness thing, like just someone who matches your energy and like matches your vibe and like matches your sense of humor, but also like just matches your energy, like whatever you put out into the conversation, so it
Yes.
doesn't feel one-sided or doesn't feel like laggy or weird or off.
Yeah.
And like someone where there's a good balance of like you can have serious conversations, but you can also just like genuinely have fun and just talk about your day or talk about like nothing at all or just, you know, like just those situations. I think that's like a good
Agreed.
level. Like someone who's like also a really good friend, like, you know?
Right.
Yes.
Like you want to
Yeah.
be a friend
If
in
you're
your
dating
partner.
them, they should be. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
I like that. I think
Yeah.
B said this one like earlier tonight before like we started, but like just someone that you could like be around and like be silent, but like it's not awkward.
Yeah.
Good one too.
Very
That's such
important.
a good sign.
Very important. I feel like that's an underrated one maybe, because like people tend to feel like they need to fill the silence or like, because sometimes you really do. Sometimes you're sitting and you're with someone and it's silent and you do feel like it's an awkward silence. But other
Like you have to say something, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's on me, but
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Maybe it's just an us problem, but I'm sure many people face that, but that's a good one.
Maybe it's because like I don't know, for
Yeah.
me, I feel like maybe I like have something to prove. Like
Oh.
when it's silent, I'm like, oh, I'm being awkward, or I'm like, I'm being weird, or this person's like not comfortable, or like I don't know. I just feel like I have something to prove, so I have to like continue speaking. So it's like, don't think that I'm weird. Like
Yeah.
I'm not awkward, I swear. So here's me talking.
But
Mm.
like, I really appreciate that you do that. Like, Aaliyah, you really don't let. Like, I really love that. Like, even when we've been in like meetings for clubs and stuff, and it's just been like awkward pauses where like we don't really know each other, we're a little uncomfortable. Like, Aaliyah always
Aaliyah's
jumps right
always
in
the one,
and
yeah.
just makes everyone feel like at home. Yeah.
Oh,
Because I know how it
100%.
feels, bro. I know
Yeah.
how it feels. But like whenever I'm with you guys, I'll be like, and like either V will be like, oh, so like da 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 da, and then it will encourage me to do it, or like I'll do it, or like Bianca will do it. Like we're really good at that. Like in general, like all of us like
Oh yeah.
really do not want people to feel like uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
So,
because we're afraid of uncomfortableness
Oh,
in general.
totally.
yes.
So
Yes.
I don't blame us. I can see it. What is another one?
I mean, like, just wait until I go on a date, and then I can tell you all of the I don't know, but like
Just
preface,
wait till
like
I find the one.
literally, but like wait till I even get to experience trying to find the one. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I don't know. Just like for like what is it, preface or like background
Preface.
for a lot of
Yeah.
people, we are very. What's the word? We as a group are kind of a little bit behind the others.
Yes.
So
100%.
I think this podcast is unique because
that's the word.
I don't know, it's just three girls who are very inexperienced, like trying to figure stuff out in life.
I love how we're sitting here. That's what I love. Like we're literally sitting here giving advice and like talking out of our asses.
Like, what do we even have to
I don't want
talk
to be a
about?
hypocrite, but
We do that all the
Here's
time,
my
low
opinion.
key. Like during school, we would be giving advice and like sitting down with people and be like, "Hey, listen, like this is what I would do if I were you," and knowing good and well we've never been in those situations ever before.
so bad.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
easy
well,
to say. It's easy to give out
but
like
I can like make an informed decision just based on like
Knowledge.
the world and
We're
like
STEM majors, right? We're critical thinkers. We're able
women in
to
STEM. Bunsen burner. We are smart.
Bunsen burner.
Bunsen burner.
True, a Bunsen burner.
Oh, Bunsen
my
burners.
gosh.
But like that's the thing though, guys. I know like obviously we said we are inexperienced. Like I won't deny that. We are. But it is still fair to give out advice, I feel. Like we're not stupid. We're not naive, I don't think. I would
Yeah, very true.
No, I don't think we are. I really don't
No.
think we are.
Yeah, if
I think we're
anything,
very
we're
aware.
like a little more skeptical. Like,
Yes.
but we're not
Yeah.
like pessimistic, but like
No.
we like think things through. Yeah.
Because even if we think about like the past like 12 months of like relationships that like everyone has kind of gone through like in this group, I mean, like when we brought it to the table, we weren't like, oh, just like follow your heart. We kind of were like, we were encouraging that, but like we also gave like a critical like analysis, if that makes sense. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like never discouraging, but also like, hey, like lay everything out, see how you're feeling. And like we would also like give like advice that wasn't like shaming, because I would never want to do that, especially if someone's like going through their own process. Like I always want to give them the opportunity to be like experiencing it themselves, but I also don't want them to get hurt. So I'll be like, this is my opinion and this is how I see it. But we're not really the types of people to be like, oh, you need to do it this way, and like let's say they end up not taking our advice or whatever. Oh, hold up, Okay, I'm gonna finish the sentence and then you guys can say if this is true or not based on past experiences with certain people that we used to talk to. But when we would give advice and like it wouldn't get followed, first 3 times we'd be like, no, it's okay, like don't even worry about it.
That's so different though. Agreed. Because like that, it's like you're not even just hurting yourself in that situation. It's like you're genuinely.
And then we have to hear about it, and then it comes to like our lunches at freaking Cheesecake Factory, and we have to hear about it all the time.
All the time. And it comes to a point where it's like you've really done your most as a friend. Maybe, I don't know, should we be doing more?
No,
I don't know.
What more should we have done?
No,
like,
for real.
We were literally like, hey, girly, like, we just wanted you to focus on you. Like, just focus on yourself and focus on school. Like, don't even worry about him. And then she'd be like, yeah, he's grimy. And who do we see hanging out with each other at the subway?
Yes, sir. Like, you have to meet us halfway. We're
telling
you something, but meet us halfway.
But then also, like, lying to us about it. But not lying, but, like, not disclosing things. And, like, just, like...
Oh my goodness.
Because like obviously we're gonna support you, we're gonna listen to you every single time and like
of course
there for you, talk you up and everything, but like you should feel comfortable. And like I think that person did feel comfortable around us, so it was like just a
so why the lie?
Yeah.
I just feel like everything was a lie at this point, like in hindsight, looking back at the situation.
No, what was real?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
My toxic trait is like so, okay, like, literally, no matter how bad situations are, like, even in the past, like, no matter how much of a falling out I have with, like, anyone, like, friends, family, like, after a certain amount of time passes, like, I just don't feel
I know.
Like, oh my god,
I know.
wish, like, they were in my life right now, and, like,
yeah.
No, I know.
No, and it's hard. It really is hard, because I think we are genuinely, like, those type of people where we don't like confrontation, we don't like... big issues and like having to be like, I'm not going to be friends with this person. Like that itself is very hard. Even in a relationship, like going even back to relationships, friendships, I'm not saying like I would stick in like a horrible relationship, but like it is hard to just be like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to like talk to this person anymore. Like it is difficult.
That's a lot. It is a lot. I know.
It is a lot.
I 100% know what you feel.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I think it's a balance though, because I feel like, I don't know, everything that you feel like in a relationship, friendship, whatever is justified. But like there are also some scenarios where like when you're overly emotional, like you can like blow things kind of out of proportion. So like for me, this could be a downfall, but I'm like, okay, let me like take a moment, reassess, like let me pray about it, talk to God and see what's popping. And then like the next day I'll be like, you know what, like it wasn't that bad. Or like maybe that's like something bad that I do, but like personally it's worked fine for me. And like there are moments, like even with like the whole friendship situation that we talked about, the reason why we're not friends with said person anymore is because like we realize like, okay, enough's enough. Like we give chances, which I think is good in a relationship, but like we also know when to be like, okay, no, you're not trying. So
like you know your limit. You know your limit. I think it's like just like you said, like that is another quality. It's just like knowing your limits, whether it's in a friendship or like an actual like relationship, but with a significant other. That's very important. Is to know like your limit, like when enough is enough.
Right.
Literally, yeah.
That can be such a hard thing too, but like
very hard. I think we can all attest for that. Like, and sometimes you don't. You like sometimes as toxic as it sounds, you don't know when enough is enough. Like you don't even know your own limit. You don't know their limit. And sometimes they push it and you don't even know it. And you're like,
why is that like speaking to me, Bianca?
I know, because I'm just thinking back to like February and like y'all already been new, like February and that like era was like not very good. And I was just like, I guess I'll give him a chance. He treats me like absolute dookie, but it's whatever. And like I just kept going back. Like I don't think I've ever felt like that terrible about myself like in a long time. But I was like, oh, but like he's busier. Oh, like he's like coping with his new like fame. I was like, what?
Oh my god, I remember.
I mean, I don't know how you didn't get tired of me, because I got tired of me.
We're here to support one another.
It was not tiring. It was like every day was a new thing with that person.
Oh yeah, it was a new thing.
Like, oh my god, what now?
Literally.
They keep us entertained, don't they?
They do. We respect it.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't, but
I don't know.
Do I respect it though? No.
No.
I don't like these games. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna say like another good trait, but I can't even remember.
Respect, I think we were just talking about like the
Oh.
disrespect that some men have, but like respect is important too, which like goes into respecting boundaries and stuff like that.
Yes.
But just like respecting like me as a human being and a person. I don't know. I feel like
Yes.
that's really important.
That is the bare minimum, but you're right. Like I was saying to you guys before, is like when I don't know, I'm not sure if like men like feel the same way, but like for women especially, it is very difficult to sometimes be like actually heard and like understood, like taking the time to actually listen to what you're saying. Like you're not just a pretty face. Like you have so much intelligence and knowledge and like, things to say, and for like someone to your significant other to actually like respect and listen to you is a very big deal. So like I think Aaliyah's point is very true.
Right?
100%.
It's so easy for people to just listen and like say yes or say they understand or whatever, but it's like you can kind of feel like, oh, but they didn't understand. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
understand the
god.
words in the sentence, but like they didn't like.
It's not, you didn't feel it in your soul, and like I know because I didn't feel it in my soul. No, that's so true. And it's funny too because even earlier today, like I was put in a situation, especially as a woman, because it's like, oh, women like just be getting disrespected, like on everything, like you guys just want to be disrespected, but like sometimes you're genuinely disrespected and you're like, how do I even bring this up to you and like say this to you, because I don't want you to feel like I'm oversensitive, or like, you know what I mean, like I don't want to be that person that's like, I'm disrespected by what you did, and like you start overthinking it and it stops you from like expressing yourself, which is something that I actively do. And it literally happened today, but I am learning. So I don't know, I guess like this is like kind of off topic, but like just being a woman and being like finding the balance between like speaking your mind but also not being seen as like outspoken and like, oh my gosh, she talks so much, and oh my gosh, like blah 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 blah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's even like a thing. It's like, oh my god, we have to worry about that. And I'm like,
no, exactly. Like
you know,
women
people
should
are
not
like, oh
have
my
to
god,
worry
like,
about that.
Right.
That makes me so mad because like down with the patriarchy. Are you kidding me? It's just horrible that women feel like they just feel the need to tone it down. Like there's been so many instances, and I think like we can all agree with this. I don't want to speak for anyone, but like there's been moments where you're like, you kind of like say something and then you think you're like, should I have even said that? When it's a completely normal statement. Even if you're like, you're too loud, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be branded as like the rowdy girl or like the loud one. And it's like nobody, like men don't, maybe that's different, I don't want to speak for them, but it's not something that's commonly thrusted.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, like we've all seen those charts where it's like a man and a woman can do the same thing, and like a woman will be perceived as like, oh my gosh, she's so aggressive, and a man will be like assertive, like leader.
Oh yeah.
And this is like the story. I say it in every podcast, but I will say it again. When I speak my mind, people think that I am mad for some reason, just because like I raise my voice 2 decibels, and it's like, oh my gosh, angry black women, like, oh my gosh, she needs to calm down. And like I'll be like, I'm generally not mad, I'm just expressing to you, and like using a more serious tone, and like you're getting like scared of me because I'm taking a moment to like respect myself enough to express to you how I'm feeling.
Do we think that's internal misogyny? Was that internal misogyny? Low key?
I think it was internalized insecurity, not even misogyny. I don't know. Or like you just don't like me, so I don't know. I don't know.
No, I get it. That's just like looking back at it makes me mad because like it can even like we talk about like how it's like within like men could be branding us that way, but it can even just be amongst like your peer, like women, like women doing to other women. It's just so horrible to me.
I saw an amazing like this amazing video essay on YouTube, and it was called like Not Like Other Girls Syndrome or whatever, and I'll link it or whatever. This one girl, she like really analyzed like internalized misogyny and like pick me girls, whatever, like because you're like, oh my god, pick me, like I hate women too, you know what I mean, like like people like that. And she kind of broke it down. In the end, it goes down to like internalized misogyny, but like also it goes down to like insecurity. And I've grown so much since high school because I used to be like, oh, why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? But I generally love women now. Like, women are amazing. I love women. I want to support every single woman I see. Like, I don't even know women. I'm like, yo, you keep doing you. Like, I would literally go on my way to comment and be like, yo, we haven't talked since high school, but like, I should let you know you're doing your thing. Or like, I'll swipe up on someone's story and be like, you look beautiful today. Because sometimes you're the only person that says it, whether being like a female or male, and like, it means a lot. It's like, get a comment from another pretty girl. It's like, oh, you're pretty. I'm like, thank you, Laura.
Yes.
100%. It's so satisfying, and it's very like, it's like empowering almost. Like, you're not trying to tear other women down. Like, we're just trying to support each other.
It is, and it's a lot of like unlearning like biases that you have as well, because sometimes like you're just trained to think like your first initial reaction to someone is like, oh my god, why is she doing that, or why is like, how is this, like, this isn't coming across as like right to me, it feels off, it feels like, you know, like a certain way, like arrogant, or it feels whatever. But like, then when you really think about it, like even now, like the more I've evaluated, the more I've thought like, why was I even thinking that way to begin with?
I
like,
know.
Powerful women, like, and that's the thing, like, what the frick, like, and especially when these women are like doing great things for society, doing great things for like even just themselves and their lives, and literally like taking control of their lives, like, yeah, I don't know, I just like
you
it's
can't
like a
fault them for
lot,
that.
like,
I think we all like low-key have like personal growth moment, because I remember in first year, like we'd be like, oh, so and so, like legit, we'd be like, I think it was also like, okay, no, I'm not gonna bring it up because I feel like I'm really dogging her, but I just think like, you know, it was just the environment that we're in, and be like, oh, look at so and so, and then be like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess, and then like over time I became like, oh, look what she did, I'm like, you're like fan behavior, like. And then now I'm actually friends with this person, and I spoke to this person, and I'm like, I regret and like I feel terrible that I ever even like said anything, because she's literally sweet. She'll like DM me, she'll be like, hey, what's up, like, do you need the answers for like da da da? I'll be like, girl, I love you. And like,
so sweet.
I don't know, once you realize like how pathetic it kind of is to be like, oh, look at her, when she really wasn't even doing anything bad, like she was just living her life, you know.
And instead of like, look at her and like the bad, like all of the things that we thought of as like bad were genuinely like good things well, like just looking at like her successes and like what she's been doing with her life, and like just like this like in every aspect, like socially, like just she looks great, like
so good. Oh my god,
like beat is popping, but just like even in school and academics, like when we could look at people as role models, like why are we looking at them as like,
I think like
competitors,
we're just looking at them as like, but like not even, just like almost as like rivals, or like, oh, like, you know, like,
we did talk about that one time though, like the rivalry, like the whole competitive, like biomed, biotech, like just like STEM in general, like everyone's trying to fight to become like top 10 doctor Canada, where it's like you just pick at everybody. But like I think it also translates further from school, like because it starts off as like, oh, she's getting better marks than me, like, okay, cool, she's smarter, then like he or she like gets more opportunities than me, and it's like, oh, like how come she got the position, or how come she got the placement, and then you go into like, oh, she got her license, or oh, she got a car, or oh, she got this, like da, 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 and it gets like worse and worse and worse. And I'll be the first one to say like that stems from me like just being scared of like not being enough, and like it comes from insecurity and it comes from jealousy, and I'm not afraid to say that, because that's the place that I was in, like in a period of time. But I think like as I started to like look at myself and see how I could improve instead of looking at other people, like it helped me not be so bitter, you know.
Yeah, that's a big thing. See, that's the thing, at least like you're self-aware, and like you've seen, like that just promotes like self-growth. So as long as you're aware, I think you're set to go in society. But that's the thing, so it's like society that conditions us to think that way. And like even
that's scary,
as like horrible as it sounds, like your family, like your elders, like your mom, your dad, or whatever, your aunts or uncles, like they also like have taught you, like you learn from example, you see what's like around you. So it's like it is very hard to overcome that. Hopefully like our generation is different, but I can't say for all, because like there's obviously like she, like we will not name her, but she's like one of the few examples of like many women who still continue to do that. And like I think we just have to learn to like grow and be better than that.
I mean, to a certain extent, it's like nature versus nurture type beat, because we're all like, we all come from like immigrant parents. Like, does this make us first generation? Like, if our parents are immigrants or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, our parents like immigrated to Canada, and like I don't know, just like also being in STEM, like they're always like, well, look at so and so, like look at so and so, and then you're like from a young age you're always looking at so and so and like what they're doing versus what you're doing. Like I don't know if that's just me, like
It
let me
was.
know.
Oh, dude, no, like that's literally how I was raised with like school and things in general. I was always like, no, so and so is like your competition. Like, you know,
Yeah.
one day you're all gonna be competing for jobs. Like,
Oh yeah.
or like there is no like, oh, why can't we all just like win, or why can't we all like, and it sucks
Yeah.
because that's just the mentality, because they came, like, especially like with my mom and their side of the family, like they came from India, which has such a huge population. So for them, like the percent of people actually getting jobs, getting into schools and stuff was like you literally had to like fight for everything in that way. But it wasn't like when they said they're your competition, it was never like try to tear them down. It was just like they're the standard that you also have to hold yourself to.
Of
So I
course,
don't think
Yeah.
of course.
that it's like always necessarily a bad thing, because it still was like in a way we are all kind of competing with each other just for like, you know, like in general, but it's never about like shitting on someone in your mind, or like saying a rude
Yeah.
thing about someone. Like that's never gonna take anything away from them or their accomplishments, and it's never gonna
Exactly, yeah.
boost you up either. So it's like I don't think that's the way to go, but I completely get like trying to better yourself to reach a goal. Yeah,
I
but
can
that
agree.
mentality can just be so freaking stressful, because then you start to like think like, am I good enough? Like, what if I'm just like never gonna be successful, never gonna get ahead? Like,
Oh my gosh,
That's a
yeah.
whole other like
Because
topic.
it's third year, it's hitting,
Yeah.
and I see people with
Right.
their like doing MCAT, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go to better school. So
Yeah.
you know,
It's
type
very
thing.
stressful.
I don't even know what I want out of life anymore. God.
That's like a whole like we could talk for 3
That's
hours
like a whole
about
other
it.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
No tears today, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
for real. Enough crying, please.
We already
I
had
beg.
tears
We
before.
literally did a little bonding moment.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad like we touched on all those. I feel like we digressed a little bit, but I love that. I feel like it was
Yeah, me
very
too.
important topics.
It's like a warm up. We have 6 minutes left on the timer, by the way. So
Okay.
this is good.
Oh, anything
Okay.
else on the brain?
This is like a good
Um,
warm up little podcast, I think, because like we have been away for a minute, but we'll try to be more
Yeah.
consistent. School is hard
School is
and
very hard.
stressful.
Oh, and exams are gonna be coming up, but like
Ugh.
after that,
It's gonna like it's just another
like,
cycle
in
though. It's gonna be the
between.
same thing.
We should talk about like mental health in school, because
Oh,
I know like
100%.
how hard that is like to maintain, and how my sleep schedule and my eating schedule and literally everything is deteriorating.
Eating schedule.
You guys both like literally it's dude.
Just the topic of it, like just like saying it out loud, it just stresses me out.
Yeah.
It's so
So
horrible.
funny. I used to think like, oh my god, I'm never gonna be like, I don't even think I'm like depressed. Like I don't want to like,
Yeah.
because I know people are actually dealing with like depression, but I was always like such a chipper, like happy person. I was like, no, I'm like never gonna be sad. Like I'm never gonna be
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
just don't get stressed. Like,
Oh.
or like when I got stressed, like in high school and stuff, I could just deal with it. Like I would just be able to go back to doing my work and it would be fine. But now, like if I'm working and I'm stressed, it gets so bad. My heart starts beating so fast, and like I can't get back to studying because it's like on my mind. It's like I'm just being stressed. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes
Like
any
you've hit
sense.
an
but,
all-time
like,
low.
No, yeah, I feel it.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys. The world is just so whack. Like
It's
I don't know.
horrible.
I don't know if it's like as you age, you just have so much more pressure on
Maybe.
I
yourself
think so.
too.
Because like
think
there's a lot more riding on us now that we're in third year, and it's like, okay, you can be stressed, but like you still have to pull through because you're in third year, not first year. Like it's not like life won't be as lenient on you as you
Oh my
think it
gosh,
will.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that. Like as it comes with age, you progress, you get more responsibilities. But I think especially with like Rona and stuff like that, the way that this year has been like stressing me out. Plus we all took the same summer course. So like we've basically been in school for the whole year practically.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like I'm at the point, and I see this on our Reddit all the time, like our Yorkie Reddit, like people are so sad right now.
Yes,
like,
especially in the Reddit, you
so
see a lot how
sad.
people really feel.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Like overall, just yeah, like your level of like happiness. I don't know. It's just
It's
not
down
there.
here.
Like you guys.
And
I
they
even
don't
you were
do
saying, like,
enough.
No.
Like they genuinely don't do
Yeah.
enough for students. Like I did the survey. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you guys got the email.
oh yeah, I got
But they
the
were
email.
asking, I did it, and the questions I was like just giving them the worst rating. Like they're genuinely not doing enough for student mental health.
Mhm.
And it's horrible. Like
Right.
your students are suffering. Like just the thought of it, like our faces like literally change. Like I just don't even want to like think about it because it's so horrible.
And some of the profs are absolutely terrible, like
Terrible.
unbelievably like what's it called? Inempathetic, non-empathetic or whatever. Like
They
Non-sympathetic.
lack empathy.
yeah,
I don't know.
yes,
Non-empathetic,
all of that in one. And like we were all in a class together. It was this
Oh,
week,
it's kind of
right?
funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
have to
we have
laugh.
like screenshot of like people literally all caps begging the prof just like listen to them for 5 seconds because the prof's tests were so unfair. Mind you, we took the test. It was unfair. Like
Yeah.
I was there like
Yeah.
30 seconds left writing the final short answer. And I was like, oh, she really thinks I'm Superman. Like how? Ah! But like
They expect the most.
the whole
But-
And it was
time,
like
like
an error on her part too the first time. Like it's
Yeah.
god.
it
you
was like
guys.
a lot, and like no
Ugh.
accountability is being taken or checkups, like or checking in on people in the classes. Like I feel like they email the dean or whatever, and they're like, oh, she like tried her best, like, but like there's people literally crying because
crying.
GPA to some people literally means like, okay, am I getting into grad school? What am I gonna do? Like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like our journey doesn't end here, and I feel like a lot of profs, like we've had I think a lot of great profs, like Kelly.
My fave.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
She's like Kelly.
Tanya.
Tanya.
Tanya, I love Tanya.
I think like our elective profs have all been good. I know we've all taken different
yeah,
electives,
oh, yeah.
but like elective profs are very, very good.
Everyone who's
Oh my
not in
God,
science
yeah.
is literally the best prof I've ever had.
No,
But all the
No,
science profs are like
yeah.
absolutely terrible. Not terrible, like sorry York people, but like you guys just don't love me.
they don't. They
Oh,
don't care
Hovick,
about us.
Jackson.
We're not
Oh, I
we're
forgot.
in the
You're right.
love right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, big.
I
So-
love
Garden.
Derek. He was so sweet.
Derek was
Yes.
such a sweetheart. I mean, I think it just goes to show like the people who actually like what they're doing, like put in the effort. But some of them I'm like, yo, you guys just need to stick to
Yeah.
research. I don't know why you took this job. You need to go like apply for a government grant. But
Yes.
Mandatory, no?
yeah, it
If you're,
is.
like,
But I'm like,
researching
stop
that.
working at universities. You need to go
Don't
somewhere
Don't work
else.
at a
Go to like
university.
some
Go
private
ahead.
company in like Idaho because you're not it. I don't want to hear about the bees. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Sandra, I don't want to hear about the bees.
Go
I
back to
get so
Australia. We don't
stressed.
want you here.
Literally.
Like-
No, but that's the thing, like but she seems sweet when she does her lectures sometimes.
It's
What are you getting from that? I don't see
I don't
that.
know.
it's a facade. She's just doing
I just
it.
really
I'm
don't
No,
sorry.
I know. And
I
like
don't
I
know.
never want to hate a prof. And whenever I don't hate her. I don't hate any of my
No,
profs.
I don't hate
It's a
her.
strong word.
Like, cause like I feel like that's like a lot of energy. Like I remember when we had Michael together, which is like our bio.
I love
At
when
first,
we
I
showed
wasn't
Michael.
feeling
I
him.
love Michael.
But he proved to be a homie
Yeah,
later on.
and I was like,
Yeah.
why am I getting so mad at like this poor old man? And like when I actually took the time and like I would email him and like just give him a chance, like he was super nice. But there are some profs where you do that and still like regardless they act like they could
Yeah,
not
they
give
just don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
you booty crumbles like at all about you. So I don't know. Let's check in on our profs as institutions because people are paying literally millions of dollars accumulatively and going into debt for subpar education, and that's not fair. YFS, what are we doing?
No, please.
Oh, what are we doing?
What are
what are we doing?
I just feel like not enough is being done. Like I think people are just like, we'll just ride out this pandemic, whatever, like get in, get out. But it does not work that way.
And people are actually suffering. Like there are real
Yeah.
people that are actually suffering.
Oh
and
yeah.
for it to be like, oh well, we're just gonna move you guys to E-class and like nothing really matters. Like we don't really care.
Yep.
Like these are people's lives and like mental health and like livelihoods. And I don't know. It's
Right.
just I don't know.
It's difficult.
And just
Yeah.
people like even struggling with like work during this time and struggling
Oh
with
wow, yeah.
like I feel like for all three of us we've been relatively like we've still had our fair share of
Yeah,
challenges and everything,
yeah.
but like we've still been relatively fortunate. But I'm sure there's like so many people
Yeah.
just like going through hell and still trying to do school and like and all they were asking for I'm sorry, was the same amount of time on the midterm that we had in the previous
30
midterm.
minutes.
It's a timer
Yes.
to me. Like I don't know what to
It was not that difficult.
Oh God. And it's like, and then even the guy, they emailed Robert and Robert said he was like, yeah, I'll tell her that the extra 30 minutes probably attributed to the high GPA of the previous midterm. And like, it never happened, you guys. I don't know.
I think it stems from that though, guys. It's literally because when he said like 70 is a good average, like it's actually above average. I think once that was like set in stone, then they were like, they don't need anything, like, because
Like further investigation, yeah.
yeah, they're like, they're doing good, so it doesn't really matter. But like, if you keep in mind, like, that could have been like, I don't know, there's so many other things that go into it. Like, you don't understand the mental health, like the drainage that goes into like a student producing
Right.
actually a 70 on their test.
Yes.
Like, they just see a 70 and they're like, oh, they're doing good, but they don't think about the rest of it.
Or like even like course load, because like what if some of those students weren't taking, like we're only taking 1 or 2 other science courses and more electives, where some people are taking all the science courses. Like it's hard to, I don't know. I love that. Or when you email them, like with the other, with Malek, we emailed them the concerns, and he just emailed back links. He's like, "Here's the link to the."
So you're like,
peer
no,
services. Like, okay,
no,
thanks,
No,
I'm
or
not
let me
helping
copy
you.
and paste the template. Like,
no,
So
they're ready to send. Oh,
he's like, oh, do you need help? Here's a link. I'm actually not going to change anything. I love Peter though. Like, don't get me wrong, Peter. If you're watching this,
I'm a simp
I
for
like
Peter.
you.
You know,
I really like Peter a lot. Like,
love you, Peter.
definitely, I think he's like my favorite prof this semester.
I'd have to say him or Tanya.
Tanya's not really a prof to me.
She's a wonderful human being, but like,
yeah.
I just never get, because her course is so online. Like, she's never around.
Yeah, I don't feel like
Her
I'm
emails are
really
nice,
learning, but she does seem like a sweetheart that I wish I had like IRL. But yeah,
guys,
the
IRL.
I want her to adopt me.
Timer's off.
Yeah, the timer did go off.
Oh yeah, this has been a little long podcast. So
that went by real quick though. That was fun.
I know, it was a little warm-up podcast. So thank you guys for being here and watching and listening. If you're like friends and family, this is a heart for you.
We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you to our supporters, wherever they may be. But we appreciate
we do.
Thank you.
And we
Try
hope
to be
you're
more
all doing
consistent.
good.
Yes.
I hope your mental health is doing well.
And you're staying safe, and your loved ones are staying safe. And
yes.
we know not all the time, like, everyone can be happy. We're not happy all the time. We get that. Like, we get, like, life sucks sometimes. But, like, do, like, find your outlet. Do whatever makes you happy. Like, if that's, like, God, like, go to God. God really be doing it for me. Love you, Jesus. But, like, if that's, like, going on a walk or, like, taking time for yourself, like, definitely do that and explore avenues. And our Instagrams are down in the description, so shoot us a DM if you need help, and we'll talk to you.
Check in with your loved
shoot
one.
us a DM.
I would love for that.
We just want to say hi. That's
We
so
do.
cute. Oh my god. Yeah, we want friends.
We actually do. We literally, I tell everybody this. I'm like, we would be the type to be like, hey, like, how are you on campus, like, random people. So I mean, we don't have campus right now, but we can do it virtually. So yeah, shoot us a DM, shoot us a follow. We love you guys. Thank you.
We love you.
And see you eventually. I don't know.
Or maybe eventually, hopefully within
for sure. One day.
A week or two. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for our next topic, whichever that may be. I don't know. We might talk about, finish off like that discussion that we had about, what was it? Not knowing career-wise.
Yeah, mental health and like
school.
We'll figure it out.
Like a fun one too one day.
Yeah, I'd be down. We can like dress up. Like I remember V, she wants to like dress up. We have like a little. We can go on a date with you guys.
Yay!
Talk to you.
Yes, but even like topic wise, like we'll definitely do deep ones, and then we'll also
do
like
change it up.
I am so excited. Okay, so thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Bye.